Hi, Shireen here. I hope you enjoyed my previous intermediate level yoga video. Today I'll be introducing 2 new yoga poses and a new breathing technique. Welcome to my final video on Dear Nestlé. Let's begin. Today's routine is really putting together all that we have learned in the 2 previous videos with 2 new poses and a new routine. I used to have a belly and my knee joints hurt a lot after my 3rd child. Yoga has really helped me with that, and I hope yoga will help you with that as well. In this video, we will focus on the core, which helps tones the abs, and a new breathing technique called alternate nostril breathing. It's a simple detox method which helps clear the nostrils and also balances the left and right part of the body. All you need is a simple yoga mat, comfortable workout clothes, and preferably long pants that prevent slipping. Let's begin with breathing exercises. Today, I would like to introduce to you alternate nostril breathing. It has really helped me with my sinus, and I would like to show you how. First, put your forefinger and your middle finger at your temple in between your eyebrows. Gently place your right thumb on your right nostril, then the remaining 2 fingers on your left nostril. Closing gently your right nostril, breathe out through your left. Then breathe in through your left nostril. Then close it with your last 2 fingers. Stay, and then breathe out through your right nostril. And then breathe in through your right nostril. Close it down with your thumb. And then gently release on your left nostril. So that's 1 round. So repeat that for 9 rounds. And you'll instantly feel less stress, less anxiety, and a balance between your left and your right body. It also helps clear the sinuses. Before you begin any exercise, it's important to warm up to prevent injury. So let's begin. Go down to your mat and come down to all fours or tabletop position. Position your wrists directly under your shoulders and your knees hip-width apart. We'll start with the cat and cow pose. Inhale, arch your back, gaze high. Exhale, round your belly, gaze at your navel. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Back to neutral. Now with the next inhale, sweep your right hand to the sky. Then exhale, thread it underneath your left armpit, placing your right cheek next to your left hand. Stay there for 5 breaths. Last exhale, release and push yourself back up to tabletop position. Now we'll do the same thing on the left side. With an inhale, sweep your left hand up to the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath your right armpit, resting your left cheek next to your right hand. Stay there for 5 breaths. Last exhale, release and push yourself back up to tabletop position. Tuck in your toes, lift your knees up into downward facing pose. Stay there for 5 breaths. You can bend your knees 1 by 1 to loosen out the hamstrings. Once you've completed 5 breaths, with an inhale, look at the space in between your palms and slowly walk to that space. And fold. Just take a few breaths here. Remember, if your hands don't touch the floor, you can bend your knees to put your hands on the mat. Next, inhale, sweep both hands up to the sky. Gaze at your thumbs. As you exhale, bring it down to heart center. And roll your shoulders back into Tadasana or mountain pose. Take a few breaths here. Tucking your tailbone. And now we've completed the warm-up. Today, I'd like to introduce two new yoga poses called awkward chair pose and warrior pose. Let's start at the top of the mat, bringing your toes together, your heels slightly apart, and the outer edges of your feet parallel to the mat. For awkward chair pose, we start with an inhale and we bend our knees and sweep both hands from the floor all the way up. We could bring our hands together or slightly apart. Tuck in your tailbone and just check if you peek at your knees, you can see your feet. If you can't, you could sit further back. And to get out of this pose, exhale and bring it back to heart center. Second pose is warrior pose. So step back your right foot about 3-4 feet and pivot it 45 degrees. Bend your front leg 90 degrees. So making sure that your knees don't go over your ankle. If you want to make sure that it's going to 90 degrees, make sure your back leg is as far back as it is comfortable. Then sweep both hands up, either together or apart. And that is warrior pose. So let's begin a traditional yoga sequence B, starting with awkward chair pose. With an inhale, bend your knees, sweep both hands up to the sky into awkward chair pose. Then exhale, push it back up and fold. Standing forward bend. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, placing both hands next to your feet. Sweep your right leg back and then your left leg. Drop to your knees, drop your chest down, chin down into chaturanga. Flatten your feet and push up to cobra. With an exhale, tuck in your toes, lift your knees up into downward facing pose. Take one breath here. With an inhale, sweep your right leg in. Pivot your left foot 45 degrees. Inhale, sweep your hands up into warrior pose. With an exhale, bring it back down and sweep your right foot back into high plank. Bring your knees down, chest down, chin down, flatten your feet, chaturanga. Inhale, push up to cobra. Exhale, tuck in your toes, lift your knees off back into downward facing pose. Stay there for one breath. Next, inhale, sweep your left foot in and pivot your right foot 45 degrees. Exhale, inhale, sweep your hands up into warrior pose. Exhale, both palms back on the mat. Sweep your left leg back into high plank. Chaturanga, put your knees down, chest down, chin down, all the way down. Next, inhale, push up to cobra. Exhale, tuck in your toes, lift your knees off into downward facing pose. Stay there for 5 breaths. Next, inhale, look at the space in between your palm. Step your right foot in and then your left foot. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sweeping your hands up into awkward chair pose. Exhale, Tadasana. And now we've completed traditional yoga sequence B. After every yoga class, it is very important to cool down, so let's begin. Slowly make your way to lie down on the mat. Bend your knees to your body and give yourself a good hug. Lift your chest up for a deeper stretch. Slowly sway from side to side, massaging your lower back. You may want to circle your knees to hit the right spot. Now cross your right leg over your left and slowly bring it down to your left and look to your right. Stay there for 5 breaths. After that, back to center. Now cross your left over your right and drop it down to your right side, then look to your left for 5 breaths. Once you're done, straighten up your legs as wide as a mat and flop your hands by your side to my favorite yoga pose, Savasana. Inhale and exhale and relax for 5 minutes. Relax every part of your body, your mind, your head, all the way down to your toes. After 5 minutes, straighten up both legs and put your hands above your head for a good morning stretch. Turn to your right side and push yourself back up to Sukhasana or easy seated position, keeping your eyes closed or semi-closed. Now slowly blink it open. And now we are done with our cool down sequence. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed the short yoga series we have on this channel. Please subscribe to this channel where we have other exercises to help you keep fit. See ya!